Hello everyone, and welcome back to Project Zomboid. So, in the last episode, we finally were able to board up and fortify our bottom floor, and then I realized that it would take way too long to try and haul over all the boards all of the planks and stuff manually. So then I decided I wanted to really focus on getting the car up and running, which then we did. We were able to successfully do that, and we were even able to hotwire and find a decent van to be able to haul stuff with. The problem is that with the zombie spawning and such, there was a decently large horde on the road. So I did not want to attract them at the time because we were definitely too tired, and we would not be able to handle the situation and would probably end up dying, or it would just take too long. But I think it would really be dying because our guy was he was in a bad place. He had no stamina left. I'm gonna drop these nails for now. Got this saucepan, we need to put that outside. Just gonna take a second to put away all the things that we don't need, which our tool cabinet is now full. We take out the knives because those are consumables basically. And for those who don't know, the reason why I keep all my knives is because I like to use them for sharpening sticks into spears. But since we were so blessed with our axe spawning, we'd never actually needed to go and use spears. Even though spears are freaking awesome, they also break really quickly and are pretty heavy for what they are. And I unfortunately don't know if there's any way to improve that other than modding the game. I don't know if there's any way in-game to improve the spears. You can tie knives to the end of spears, but I think it only ups the damage when the spears are already a very high damage item. So it's just not very useful, and people don't recommend it, and neither do I, even from the little bit I used them. It also is just too much effort for the value you get out of it. Okay, so we should be good to go out and start trying to clear the path to the gas station again. Actually, before I forget, let's go and grab these gas tanks, because we might as well fill those up since we have them. And now we are on our way to go and clear out the horde, assuming it hasn't moved too far. Which, I mean, there is a very high possibility that it has actually moved away, but with a group that big, it probably didn't get far enough. Oh, yeah, they actually moved right in the way of our car, because they were over there yesterday night. And my guy is getting moderately exerted already. Did any of them see me? No. Let's go and take a break first before getting ourselves into trouble. And he's getting hungry right as I'm going out the window, but there is the convenience store on the other side, so we'll take care of that after we deal with this situation. We're just gonna try and creep up. That guy's an axe in his back, so like I said, we're getting pretty blessed with the axe spawning, luckily. One of the few things that we are getting blessed with. Still, we have not seen a hiking bag at all in this playthrough yet. At least if I have seen it, I completely missed it, and that would really suck because I could definitely use all of the help I could get when it comes to storing stuff, especially when it comes to the carpentry and not overloading our guy and then having him die from just trying to fucking lift up boards. This guy has a fucking almost mint condition axe in his fucking spine, dude. Let's go. That's what you'd like to see. Alright, now they're all facing away from us. Maybe we can get a backstab, but I feel like we're going to get a group of 4 even if we do. Okay. Well, we're turning around because this person turned around. I believe we should be far enough where we can jog away. Okay, here she comes. Let's get the pipe out so we don't damage her clothing any more than we need to. I believe she has a polo on. No, it was a jacket. Damn. Because I think I said it before, but I think that the polo neck sweaters are superior for under clothing, or like mid layer, like torso clothing, because I think it actually does provide a small bit of neck protection, which many items in this game do not provide. If that one doesn't provide it, or even if it does, the only other item that I'm aware of that provides neck protection are literal scarves. But any of the scarves that, provide the protection provide a heavy insulation as well, which our guy already gets so hot in his basic protective clothing. Oh my god, there's another group at the fucking convenience store that I was hoping to go to pick up some food, but guess we'll have to deal with that too. We have to deal with them anyway because they're too close to the road, and they're definitely gonna get pulled out into the road. Leather jacket that's damaged. Riverside map, which apparently I have not read. And something interesting that I did not know for a long time until I accidentally had like a glitch where it zoomed out my map. Let's try and make sure we're not going to die here when I do this. If you actually go on your map and you zoom way out, you can actually see where all these other towns are. Is that Muldra? What the hell is that? Wow. That is massive. No, that's Muldra right there. Or maybe that is. Fuck, dude, I don't know. This is probably some gated community. That'd be interesting to check out. Is that a military complex, actually? And that's gotta be Riverside. It's right next to the river. Well, that might be Riverside, but I'm fairly sure that's Muldrow. I believe right here, or right here, one of these two, is where I liked to set up when I was playing in the very beginning before the build 41, I believe, the animation update even occurred. That was back when everything was 2D. The game was a lot easier because there was a lot less weight to how your character moved and how everything acted. It was a lot more of a rigid experience, but, it was still cool. But yeah, this definitely added a whole lot of realism that messed up a lot of players when it happened, because it completely changed how the game had been played and how it had worked for years. But I'm sure a lot of you already know that. What the hell is in it? Is that a fucking letter opener, dude? No, it's a hunting knife, damn. Did not look like it, but it was definitely huge enough to be one. Okay, let's go and try and deal with this person first. Hopefully I can finally get a backstab. I've not been having luck with getting these sneak attacks off. Because they keep fucking walking away. What are you doing, dude? Alright, got her. She was starting to notice us, but, oh, okay, we might be able to sneak up on this person now. Gotcha, fucker. They turned around real fast, so that could have been dangerous. Their denim shirt is damaged, so they're not useful to me. Open this up. No one's actually inside. Any food for me, please? There's stuff. There's candies. Kind of hoping for decent food. Maybe it's like the dehydrated meat stick. We'll take, we'll just take it. We'll take it all. Grab it for now, since we're here. Okay, so that's all done. Let's check the magazine stand. It's on sometimes it has useful stuff, but usually it can be a little iffy. Pinball machine. I might as well we should pick that up and bring it home. Muffin and pop. Okay, muffin's rotten, but pop is usable. These are actually lootable things here that have plastic bags and such, which we don't need. Anyway, we're done here. I'll try and mark this as looted. Oh, I'm in the complete wrong side of the map still. It's not easy to mark this stuff, especially when you actually can factor in the upstairs as well. Okay, so let's try and get our van home, which shouldn't be too difficult now. Actually, let's not take it home. Let's try and go and get this thing fueled up. Oh, really? See, look at that. Right, let's hop out right away and just deal with this before she groups up and with some other guys, other zombies. Now, one thing you do have to remember, I said it in the last episode, but only briefly because I was thinking about trying to deal with the situation. If you get out of the car, it will still run. So right now we don't have to start it up again, but it will slowly consume fuel. The fuel consumption in this game, I believe, is purely based on time. I don't think it consumes any extra fuel. Oh my god. I don't think it consumes any extra fuel for actually driving or anything like that. So the faster you can get to somewhere, the less fuel you'll use. But there's also danger in going fast. You can even kill yourself doing so. Like, that's why I was so pissed that there was that frickin' generated obstruction in the road just down the street here. Because this road is long, so I like to go fast. Because it's just, it's annoying. It's a long, straight road. So you'd like to zoom through it. Unfortunately, that kind of doesn't prevent me from doing it, but it, puts a hindrance that could prove dangerous because it can also, you know, severely damage and even disable your car if you're not careful. And it's really annoying to try and repair cars because I don't think you can do much to repair at least certain parts, like especially your windows. The only way to repair those is to scavenge them from another car of the same type, I believe. I don't think you can scavenge them from just any car, much like real life. Twofer, then I'm sure it's damaged. We got these guys. I'm sure these guys are looking perfectly at each other where, oh, never mind, he's just gonna turn around anyway. Let's use the pipe on them. Hopefully we'll get a better condition leather jacket. Maybe even another one we can actually wear. It is in full condition, so that's a good thing I didn't use either of my stabbies on them. It's got a toy walkie-talkie, but that still levels up our electronics either way when we dismantle it. You know what? Actually, here's what's gonna happen. First of all, we're gonna put all the stuff we've looted so far in the back of the truck. At least all the stuff that's not important. We'll even put these in here, so for that we're full. We'll put the axe in there. We don't need that. We don't need the hunting knife because I don't plan on using it as a weapon. Favorite these scissors for now. Favorite this. Favorite these. Favorite that. Well, actually, no, we won't do that. Okay, we have a lot of these peckers. I only want 3 of them. I'm gonna favorite all the items so it makes it a little bit easier to look through it and find things that are not meant to stay in the bag. We're gonna take all these clothes and we're gonna throw them in the back of the van so that we can eventually take all these apart and gain the tailoring experience and the supplies that come along with it. Okay, got all that done. Now we can continue on down the road. And I believe someone said in the one video where they gave me a bunch of tips that there is no option to rest in the car. There you can sleep, but you don't really rest. And that's because when you get in the car, you're already sitting down, and therefore I think they said that you are just resting as you are just in the car. You know, it's a passive thing. Holy crap, that was a big group. And we are in a not so great place. Let's park this around the corner here. Hopefully not get noticed, but someone's banging on something already. I need a chair in there, but there isn't a movable one. Let's close this up just in case. Oh crap, and I did not notice how late it's actually getting. Alright, let's try and deal with all of this. Hopefully we can clear everything out enough that we can actually get to the gas station and hopefully sleep there for the night. Though it's probably unlikely with how many zombies were over by the automotive place, which we do actually have to check out as well. Okay, my hand fork broke inside the zombie. That's unfortunate, but we got another one. Holy crap! Okay, that was almost a dumb mistake. But luckily, I heard them and saw them, of course. But you know what I mean. Sounds possibly like another one might be showing up. No, it's hard to tell over the crickets, the nature sounds. Let's see if we can sneak up on these guys. Why are those zombies out there? That's one thing that I really don't like about the zombie spawning. Because there are so many zombies in the woods, so even if you try and like venture in the woods to lose a horde, usually you're gonna run into a bunch more for some reason. At least that's how it's worked in my experience. There's zombies that are just out in the woods. I don't know how they got out there. I mean, it's not impossible for them to be out there, but for the amount of zombies that I've experienced that are just in the woods for effectively no reason, it's too many. Way too many. Now these guys, they haven't ventured too far into the woods, so at least it, you know, can be somewhat plausible, but still. My point still stands when it comes to trying to escape zombies in a time of desperation. And because the woods are not, they're not the worst cover, but you know, you don't have anything to stop the zombies from getting to you. You don't have any walls or anything. At least unless you get lucky and find like a weird like hidden structure, which I don't know how many of those actually exist, if any. I know there are probably some, but either way, you know what I mean? Because sometimes when you get exhausted, you have to frickin' sit there and walk into the woods, and you have to try and like bob and weave through the trees to try and lose line of sight and hopefully lose the zombies so that you can just sit down and take a rest. Because I'm talking when you get really exhausted, you can't even fight the zombies. Unless it's one zombie, maybe you could take him out, but it's still gonna take you like an in-game 30 minutes to an hour of stomping sometimes. When you're extremely exhausted or whatever. Okay, so it's bedtime. We're not far from the gas station, so let's try and check out that situation. It almost looks like a fence, but that's actually just the telephone wires. Okay, so there's the automotive store. There's another small group. Oh my god. Okay, there's too many zombies. We can't deal with this. We have to go back to the motel and rest there. Frick this frickin' car, dude. Now, it's not impossible to move it. However, I think the only way that I know how to move it is to push it out of the way with another car. I don't know if you can tow. You can attach another car. You can tow a car with another car, but when it's upside down like that, I don't think it actually works. Alright, let's take a drink. We don't have any food on us right now. We put it all in the back of the van, so that's fine. Let's go to sleep. We're an hour over our bedtime, but that should be fine because we're probably going to get exhausted before, the next bedtime, even if we wake up a little later. Which we actually woke up extremely early, so he's going to get exhausted way too early, unfortunately. I guess let's read the mechanics book first. It's not like we're going to finish it, or finish it right now, I mean, but okay. We're done here, let's roll out. Okay, so first things first is we gotta worry about the guys at the automotive store. This person's got a school backpack, just sitting out in the middle of nowhere. God damn it. Oh, I might as well use this. This guy had a mustache, but he's freaking he had a full-grown mustache that looked like Tom Selleck, but he is possibly a high school student. Guy's got way too much testosterone running through his veins. He's probably got fucking chemical imbalance going there. It's not impossible, of course, to grow a full-grown mustache in high school, but with how luxurious that one was, it seems unlikely. What the fuck? Oh, where did you come from? They got a spear with scissors on the end, stuck through their entire body. Might as well use this since it's available. Guess I can test out and see if it's actually going to improve the durability at all, which I'm fairly sure it doesn't. Okay, there's another person with a spear on the end, but it looks like they got a kitchen knife on the end of that one. Okay, we've gotten like 2 or 3 people. Back it up. Yeah, 2 of them. If they were coming one by one, I would use the spear because then you can do the insta-kill poke. But if they're not spread out enough, then it won't let you do the animation because then you can too easily get yourself into trouble, doing so. Being stuck in the animation. Okay, we're gonna try and take these clothes. I forgot to on the other zombies. Now that we have a car, we can actually afford to grab this stuff, though they still do take up a lot of space, especially in the truck. But, for the long term, tailoring experience, it's decent, Okay, this person, well, we only have pokey bits now, but their jacket is already damaged, which we could visibly see, so that's not too much of an issue. We got another screwdriver, which is nice. That can actually... Oh, this is a two-handed weapon. Crap. Polo neck sweater that's damaged, not useful to me. I think I also said this before, but I'll say it again. When clothing gets damaged, you can patch the holes. However, the protection is always going to be worse than it was originally, except for maybe when you get to higher tailoring levels. But in my experience, as far as I've seen, when you patch a hole, you just lose some primary protection, because you can also... Ooh, these boots are damaged. Honestly, the boots don't get damaged very easily. Oh my god, wait, am I missing a boot? Okay, no, the condition is only half. well, it's above half. When it's half like that, usually that means that you have a boot left. And okay, either way, I should switch out these boots. Let's just wear these. These ones can go on the ground. Okay, yeah, boots are a weird thing where it's either they get severely damaged, I think, or they never wear out. I think they only get damaged when you have a crawler come at you, or at least, you know, one of the zombies that is hopped a fence or something and they do their crawling lunge at you, then maybe that's when they get damaged. I'm not fully for sure on that one. Of course, this polo neck sweater is fucking destroyed. We don't have a whole lot of those, so I'd really like to get more if I can. Let's take out this zombie before worrying about... Okay, here they come. I'll take them out with a spear, even though apparently it didn't work before. They didn't know how to use it. Spear with knife, and this one's about broken, so let's take this and put that on our back. Or, well, we're equipping it, I guess. Oh, we have the other one. Oh my god. Alright, let's start taking their clothes. We are way over encumbered. Let's actually equip our secondary duffel bag so that we can put this stuff away and hopefully reduce the load a bit. It's still fairly decently encumbered though. There are only... some people may be questioning why I'm not taking all the clothes, and that's because there are only certain kinds of clothes that can be destroyed. Obviously, you can't rip apart any of the footwear, unlike in the Long Dark. All of the underwear is not rippable as far as my knowledge goes, and some items like the high visibility vest, that one also does not have any materials equipped. Wait, where's our car actually? Oh, that's right, it's up top here. You gotta be careful with our health. It's up by the pizzeria. That's one thing you gotta be really careful about is when you leave your car, if you don't mark it on your map, you could very well lose it if you don't remember where the hell it is. Oh my god, he's got high exertion. I think there's still zombies over here as well. Yeah. Try and store this stuff away as fast as possible to get some of this stuff off of our back. Okay, we knocked him down right away. And he's dead. He has some zombification prevention pills. But as you can see, we are quickly filling up our van with simply clothing, unfortunately. We do have to leave a little bit of room for the gas cans, because those are going to take up 5 pounds each when they're full. And only weigh 1.6 at base. Let's just put those away for now. We'll keep the wooden mallet on us. Need to put these weapons away. That's part of what's weighing us down, I would think, because those are just sitting in our pocket. Was that polo neck sweater in good condition? It was. Nice. We'll favorite that, which means that we can't get it out of our inventory, but I want to keep it separate from the other polo neck sweaters, because I'm probably going to forget that we had a good one then, unless I check them every time, which is going to be annoying, but it's probably what's going to have to happen in the long term. Nice. Then there's a bunch of guys over here, but we can actually bring the cars over to them, make it a little bit easier. Gonna leave this running, get the spear out, poke her in the eyeball. Someone's walking up on me. Maybe it was just my guy shifting in the grass. Sounded like someone footstepping, but it's probably just me. Someone has an alarm that's going off. It might actually be in the van. Is it in the van? It is. Okay, they're a little farther over and our guy is starting to get exhausted, so let's just drive over there. Get a little closer. Yet we still have barely dealt with the zombie situation. There's just too many. It's stupid. I need to make a simple trip to the gas station, and it's infested already, and it's only been like a week. I don't know if they actually did get... I'm not getting any answers. No one's watching the video, so... I really don't know if it is... I don't know if it's purely because the zombies are getting lured over by the meta events, or if I'm getting, you know, just screwed over and unfairly treated by the zombie spawning to have it more dangerous. But really, it's not even more dangerous. It's just more annoying right now, since I'm, you know, strategically taking care of this shit. However, my strategy right now is to go home because our guy is not in a good place, stamina-wise, and he's not going to be able to take out much more unless he really has to. And even then, might be iffy. Oh my god, that was going way too fast. And why is there another group already over there? Are you kidding me? I can never win, dude. I mean, that's the point of the game, but you know what I mean. I feel like the driving is a little stuttery. I don't know if that's just my computer or if that's just how it is in the game, but I feel like driving may also like mess up my recording one way or another. Alright, let's try and take a rest while we can still regain some stamina. There might be some zombies outside waiting for us eventually. Okay, I was hearing the music and it was really panned, so I thought it was something else. Didn't know what. A transformer coming at me from outside. Do the peas have they shouldn't have water, should they? They have a little bit of thirst, I guess the natural waters and juices and shit like that. How about the corn? Corn usually has to have water, but not much in this game. Still hungry, so let's do pineapple to try and help our unhappiness still. Hopefully eventually we'll get cured here. Like I said, our guy is getting tired. Let's go put this clothing away. Gotta check the other clothing as well and make sure that none of it is stuff that I can actually use. But what I'm thinking right now is I'm actually going to rip up this clothing. I have my tailoring, right? I have to keep double checking. Let's rip up all this stuff to try and actually no, this is not a good idea. I was gonna say we're gonna rip it up to try and get the resources and such. However, it's gonna make a bunch of these strips, which I would have to then put on the ground because I don't have anywhere to store them. So let's not do that right now. Okay, so let's try and take this stuff based on sections so I don't have to run around the entire house a bunch of times. Why do I have this plastic bag? Oh, it was probably already in there. Let's start taking some of the clothing to be dropped. Got 22 socks. And we're going to try and keep these simple non-perishables for as long as possible, especially the ones with the unhappiness reduction, so that we can use that when we need to for maintaining our weight, and he becomes extremely unhappy from doing so, from having to eat horrendous things like just simply eating a whole stick of butter. Butter's good, but not that good. But yeah, we're definitely in the next episode going to need to grab some of the planks, and but I still need to get to that gas station. Damn, dude. Let's check the jeans. We can keep some jeans that are in good condition, because other than leather pants, which are fairly rare, jeans are like the next best thing as far as my knowledge goes. So we'll favorite these ones to be put elsewhere. Shorts don't help us. Denim shirt is destroyed basically. There are a few different kinds of jeans, and some of them provide slightly different benefits and ups and downs, you know. Alright, everything else is not as useful and is just XP fodder. And we are quickly approaching bedtime here. Okay, what has thirst? I mean, logically the fruit stuff should have thirst, but it doesn't, which is just weird. The chili might, but I think it just actually adds unhappiness. It doesn't even help us with it. It'll actually make it worse. Tuna should have some thirst. I don't even need a can opener for it. It has no thirst. That's ridiculous. I know that there are frickin' oils and stuff in frickin' tuna. Open this spaghetti, which that adds no thirst as well. And actually, I didn't need to eat again, so that was my bad. What's our weight looking like? We're no longer overweight, so we need to start stabilizing our weight. And we're still not even actually properly done with our, unhappiness. However, like I said, we need to stabilize it. The cinnamon roll doesn't help with unhappiness, unfortunately. The lentils adds a lot of thirst and a lot of unhappiness. So right now we can't even afford to eat that because of how thirsty our guy is. I'd rather not. Margarine's a good one. Let's eat it. And that actually is upping our weight a lot, unfortunately. It's not what I was hoping for. We have 690 zombies killed. Nice. We've survived for 1 month, 1 day, and 10 hours. Nice. It's already been a month in game. God damn. I mean, technically I should be dead, but that wasn't even my fault. I would like to think. I think the game would kind of glitched out in that situation. Either way, we do need to get something to drink. So we're gonna go in here and drink some of our fine supply. And the little bit that was left in the toilet wasn't even enough. Fuck, bro. Fuck. Oh, we still got this stuff up here in this other bathroom, so it's not a desperate situation, but, you know. Alright. But it's sleepy by time, and that will do it for another episode of Project Zomboid. So if you enjoyed the video for any reason, please leave a like, subscribe to see what happens in the next episode, and we're playing Scribblenauts Unlimited at this time, but I'm having issues with my editing software, so I don't know when that's going to come out. Either way, subscribe to see what's going to happen. That's all I have to say for now, so I'm going to say bye-bye.